last video for review part is interval notation. So once again, this is an idea that's going to keep coming up in this course, is how to view the same idea in multiple ways. So for example, I solve an inequality. So let's say I end up with x less than 3. That gives me an information about x. That's one way of viewing. It says x is less than 3. The same information can also be presented as a number line. So I can say on the number line, x can be all of these values. Now there is another way in which this information can be written. That is the interval notation. So once again, we're going to use the symbol which is the Greek letter epsilon, which means belongs to. So we say x belongs to or lies in this case, negative infinity to negative 3. So how this is read is x is any number between negative infinity and negative 3 with negative 3 not included. Okay, so there are two kinds of parentheses. If you have parentheses, these means endpoint not included, and these are called open parentheses. If you have the square ones, then these mean the endpoints are included, which just means it is closed. Now, of course, you can combine them and you can have these or these, which are half open, half closed. So for example, one example of each of them, let's say on the number line, I have 1, 2, 3. Number line, I have 1, 2, 3. Number line, I have 1, 2, 3. And okay, let's say in the first case, the solution is this as shown on the number line. The second case is this. Third case it's this, and then the last case is this. In the interval notation, what that is going to look like is open on 1 and 3, closed on both 1 and 3, closed on 1, open on 3, open on 1, closed on 3. Okay, so that's the distinction between these different notations. Now, sometimes intervals may have to be combined. Okay, what does that mean? Let's say, for example, on the number line, I have negative 3, and I have 2, and then I have 5, and I have 8. And let's say you solve a problem and you end up with your result being from negative 3 to 2 and from 5 to 8. So how do you write this in interval notation? So what you do is you write each of them, right? So this is going to be negative 3 comma 2, and this is going to be 5 comma 8, and you use this symbol which is called union, which is a logical OR. It means the solution is in this, OR is in this. And then you can mix all the possible conditions, right? So for example, if you have negative 3, 2, and then let's say the region is everything here hollow and then solid, right? So in this case, this is negative infinity -3. This is 2 but with a closed bracket, and you put the union sign. So for example, you would have seen when finding domains, ranges, etc. This occurs quite often, just as it does in solving inequalities. So it's an important idea that you should be familiar with. That's about it for review stuff. You should, if you have assigned problems for review stuff in the online, you should go over some of them. If not, you can just practice some of these questions that I put here and just make sure you're familiar with these ideas.